What's going on, guys? We're about to check out this video you guys sent me about YouTube getting busted by MrBeast. Oh, snap. That sounds crazy. Let's check this out. Shout outs to the quartering and shout outs to you guys for suggesting it. Let's see what's going on.
I call it or scary or shocking or complaining about what's going on with video content across multiple platforms. Well, love him or hate him, some people think he's actually the Antichrist. MrBeast, his retention director, a guy that actually is inside of Google Analytics and YouTube, has just revealed the real reason platforms like YouTube have completely changed in the past couple of months. Now, I've talked about this. Everyone's talked about this. No one cares. Yes, YouTube revenue is down like 50%. Yes, I had to do layoffs. No, nobody cares. I get it. YouTube viewers don't care about, YouTubers' money woes because they shouldn't. We are extraordinarily lucky to do this job, and I'm making a little bit less to do it. I don't expect people to cry over that. But this is actually pretty interesting from MrBeast's retention director, and I want to go through this thread. So it blows a lid on why YouTube views are dropping off for everyone. The short answer is they're trying to be TikTok. Only recent views even count. Older content gets memory hold in the algorithm. Well, that's not exactly surprising. That's, for me, about what I expected. Okay. Important thread. The YouTube algorithm actually did change for the worse, including data.
Damn.
I've been thinking about a lot whether or I should not address this publicly. I've already talked to people within YouTube, but I don't believe a word of a single person, meaning me will be enough to encourage change, not at least any kind of quick change. Well, let me tell you this. A lot of, like I mentioned earlier, like, YouTuber making less money, we don't care. Like, speaking of which, you could help by getting your Christmas gifts from Coffee Brand Coffee, coffeebrandcoffee.com.
He never miss with them ads, man. Shout outs to him, though. No hate on it.
Go to Christmas gifts. Save your local YouTuber. But nonetheless, I have noticed this for a long time. YouTubers are talking about it privately. We know that viewers don't really care. We can't put out videos complaining about making less money. But there is a real reason that it's happening, and now we know. Before I begin, a direct note to all my friends at YouTube. I truly respect what you've been doing in the past year, and I know you'll take this problem seriously, but I'm also aware that you'll often have your hands tied, and there isn't much you can personally do. I won't reveal any sensitive information that people can't find out by themselves. Let's begin.
Okay, so let's get to the revealing, damn it. What how they say it nowadays, what's the tea? I probably sounded crazy, but let us know, nigga, what's going down. I love hearing insights that they don't want us to know.
A few months ago, creators of all sizes noticed a significant change in the overall performance of their channels. I can confirm this. Usually this is related to the overall behavior of audiences. However, this one felt different. It wasn't just one or two channels. It was every single channel I was working with and more. These are channels that pull in 100 million to 1 billion views per month at times. I feel like I should follow this guy. At first, I was like, all right, let's find out where we're going wrong. Maybe we're missing something. However, after weeks and months of no answers were found, this is very frustrating, not only for myself, but also for the creators who are relying on these answers to maintain their channel businesses and livelihood. But that's when we made the breakthrough, a way of looking at data that we had missed. You see, this entire time we were analyzing the channel as a whole, new and old videos combined. However, we weren't focused on isolating older content, specifically content with a published date older than 1 month. Now, I don't consider videos that are a month old as being old. especially if you're a channel that creates evergreen content.
Yeah.
You know, I cover news. So in my case, a video that's maybe a month old,
I'll do both.
you know, it can, I still, let's say like 10, 15% of my videos, evergreen, you know, dunking on stupid SJWs or, you know, entitled women.
I try to do as much evergreen content as possible if I can, even if it's just a rant, in all honesty, because that's the content that's going to get a lot of viewership continuously, right? Like, another thing I do is video essays where I'm explaining a situation or something that happened in the past already. That might not get views at all in the moment, but years down the line, you never know. Most of those videos I do, they blow up like a year later. I got videos that I did years ago that are still continuously getting views like every day, right? Because I did it more so thinking about evergreen or just, took an evergreen approach, even if it's news. I try to take an evergreen approach. How can we discuss this in a way that relates to everybody? How can we learn from this? Yada, yada, yada.
Or this, that. But there are stuff that's like, you know, breaking news that won't really be breaking next month. For example, I put out a video about, you know, a Fauci reveal today that probably won't be that relevant in a year, or maybe it will. This is where for the first time we noticed something unusual. We saw a complete crash.
See, y'all saying y'all watch older videos all the time, see? I'm telling you, a lot of people get discouraged. I've gotten discouraged putting out a video where I worked hard as hell on that. I'm talking about days, weeks, months. Put it out, nobody watched it. I'm like, damn. I thought I, was cooking. And I just left it alone, moved on. And then I'm telling you, down the line, that video will blow up out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. So I'm like, oh, okay. All right. Because it was just a good overall video.
In short form views on older content less than 1 month. What we found was that somewhere in the middle of September, YouTube had pushed a significant change to their short form algorithm, which impacted nearly every short form creator across the platform. Why is this a problem? Because it affects every creator we all care about. It didn't matter if you're a small creator or one of the top 10 creators. We haven't found any people who were spared. I'll leave this brief explanation at the bottom so you can check your own channel. And these weren't just entertainment or educational creators. It was both. We found that YouTube seems to have implemented a change that strongly prioritized content uploaded in the last 28 days. But what does this impact have? Why do I believe this is something that should be brought to light? Well, first of all, I'm going to tell you that this is going to incentivize AI slop. This is going to incentivize more AI slop channels.
Yeah.
Like, undoubtedly, we're going to see a massive influx of AI slop garbage because they're just going to keep uploading and re-uploading the same videos over and over again. The first impact is we're seeing a shift away from quality to quantity. Often creators live off revenue generated, not just AdSense, but from these bigger content pieces. A strong portion of this revenue comes from their back catalog, meaning older content. With this change, you're increasing the importance of high volume uploads in the first 30 days. What I do believe is happening, which I do believe is happening and why this change is what we're going through. I believe there are two reasons why YouTube is pushing this change. First, to hit certain targets with shorts. Plain and simple, I don't believe that this is what is best for the creator type of play.
They are pushing shorts so hard, bro. Like, the algorithm on a regular basis is telling me, put some shorts out, bro. I'm like, but yo, it messes up things and they don't care. The algorithm is stressing for creators to put out shorts as a part of what they do for content, bro. Somehow manage that. Yeah, do your regular videos, it's cool, but do shorts as well. And then the crazy part is your normal videos would not, I guess you could say, get the boost that it usually gets. It'll slow down to balance out the shorts in the normal videos. But once you get the algorithm used to you doing that, then it both will be successful. But it takes a little minute. But they don't care. Small creator, big creator, they want you to try to put out shorts. Unless you just have a following that's going to check out whatever you do.
It feels more like we want to compete with TikTok type of play. Not unreasonable, even if the creator gets hurt in the short term. I'm just trying to think from a corporate point of view.
See?
The second reason, which is what I believe the actual leading reason, is a push for recency, freshness, or novelty. Whichever term
shorts, bro.
they would choose.
I search for things and be like, why is everything in the docket shorts? Like, I didn't search for a short, but you're showing me a bunch of shorts before I even get to video. YouTube wants creators to push shorts so much that I do believe, let me phrase this the right way. Hypothetically, it could be possible that they're slowing you down as well as rewarding you if you're doing what they say and posting shorts, right? This shit would keep telling you, hey, post shorts, stop playing. It'll pop up. This is what could happen if you start posting shorts. I'm like, why do you want me to post shorts so bad? And it's probably because they need to compete.
To use, but for this reason, there's a massive overcorrection happening. This content needs freshness. Some content, like news, streaming highlights, medical information. However, this just is not true of all types of content. Some content from years ago is just as good as it is today. We have noticed that certain top content pieces, individual videos, still get a significant amount of views, so it looks more like prioritization than anything else. Regardless, while in private, I find it fun to refer to these situations as the flattening. In reality, this is a very concerning moment that their simple ideas turn into a massive hit toward the creator economy. It's just like this, and it's the tip of the iceberg of changes that have been affecting people. It's important that changes on this platform aren't just focused on the consumer, but preservation of healthy creator economy that allows creators to grow their business teams and create better content. I talked about this. My team was actually growing. My team was growing up until this year. I had 2 video editors. I had a social person. I was growing my live stream. I had 3 full-time employees, 4 full-time employees just for the live stream. And all I've been doing over the past 3 months is laying people off because things got so bad and just...
I wish I could get to the point where I could build a team, especially editors, right? Editors, people for the live streams, that'd be nice.
We're not improving. This explains it. This explains that kind of the bottom line revenue that I had on my channel, which was kind of always keeping a baseline, not bottom line, but like a baseline revenue, it just disappeared. Without a focus on both the creator and consumer, you'll quickly run into an issue of low quality slop that makes people go elsewhere. I agree. If there's a call to action here for you, whether you're a creator or a viewer, I strongly encourage you to leave your thoughts here and encourage YouTube to rethink this decision. I don't think YouTube's going to care.
They don't give a damn.
YouTube's not going to care. I've already told my wife, like, I'm in a very good position. And if I lose, I lost probably 45 to 50% of my revenue this year. As long as I only lose, 10, 15% of my revenue for the next 5 years, we've basically switched to a saving mode, save up for retirement, minimize costs, cut back, maximize money in the bank.
Just in case.
That's what we are. It's the account now becomes a cash cow. I can't invest anymore. I can't hire more people unless this changes. Now, I could be foolish and think that, well, YouTube's going to give a damn about me and they're going to correct this mistake, but that's literally never happened in history. My YouTube career is longer than 99.8.
And I was just saying too, like, wasn't the quarter like starting a network, right? Where he was going to have other podcasters and channels come on, one of his, I think, second or third channels and do content. He had a few people that he already signed, I think. What happened to that? And he just answered. He just answered, bro. Things ain't going well with YouTubers. That's why if you support somebody, rock with them. If you're able to, sign up for their memberships or their Patreons or however you can support if you're able to. Because when it comes to like the big business, the corporation, the people that's the highest up, high ups or like the powers to be, right? They don't give a damn about the workers. Like let's just call a spade a spade. They don't care. If they could get more work from us and pay us less, they will. And it kind of makes sense in the balance of normal video uploads and shorts. Shorts don't pay us the same amount as normal video uploads. They pay way less, but they're trying to gear you to focus on shorts. You see what I'm saying? Does that really make sense? Yeah.
8% of YouTubers. That's just true. Most people aren't around this long, or at least, making a living off it. A lot of people with hobby channels.
Hold on, let me see what y'all said. So it sucks that he had his team, but had to lay off some of his team. Facts. That's mad messed up. He had his team and started building up and then had to lay them off. It's pretty messed up. So I need to check my membership. I don't know what's not showing on YouTube.
And stuff. Sure, they've been around a long time, but very few people have been at this longer than me. I was around when you had to have 10,000 subscribers before you could even have a custom banner.
Facts.
And you wouldn't even make any money. It was just getting that banner was the big deal. Now, I've left out some sensitive information. However, if you want to check it yourself, go to analytics, click on advanced, filter content by shorts, for example.
I'm not sure.
Filter by publish date for the last 365 and look at the change happening around September. I think you can imagine why it took us so long to figure out where the issue began. Look at this drop.
Wow.
It's absolutely catastrophic. Now, I can't really see how many views this is. It's kind of blurry. This looks like in the millions, but basically had gone from...
That's a huge...
I can't really tell. It's blurry probably on purpose, but it's completely bottomed out in September. And that's basically what happened to me.
That is crazy.
September, but really October, November, late September, October, November are usually the months where I make the year. January through March, you basically break even. Summer, you make a little bit of money, and all the money I would make would be October, November, December. That was my salary for the year.
That's the biggest.
Now I'm making less in December and November than I was in July. Facts. So it's just not going to get better.
I also heard something too where, and I went and turned it off immediately. The new thing that they're doing, like auto translate, I'm hearing that slows down your algorithm too as well. I've been hearing a few people say that ever since they turned that on, where now if people in other countries want to watch you, it automatically translate, like this live stream. If you got it turned on, I think that if someone's watching in a Spanish country, the words coming out of my mouth would be Spanish. Apparently, or allegedly, some people are saying that YouTube hasn't really figured that out yet to where it doesn't disrupt the algorithm. So they'll start marketing you towards other countries instead of the USA, which will not only lower your numbers of views, but lower your numbers of like income. So I've been hearing that too as well. It's too much, bro. Like, it's a lot. They don't really care about the creator.
It's just, I think that you see, we were at 2 billion views monthly, and that has significantly dropped since September, despite per video metrics improving. That's exactly what I think long form video too is also having this. I first noticed it with MLA views about 6 weeks after there was a strange drop. I don't know, but this is all bad. I haven't seen this to be true in my long form videos. In fact, I've seen some very old videos take off again for no reason. I can't say that really has happened for me, but this is bad. And I think it's important that we have this kind of data, and you can either complain about it or you can decide you want to be an AI slop channel.
Or just
I don't think I want to be.
It is what it is, right? If I see that my numbers dip, right, when it comes to like income, I'll just do more content. I got a bunch of channels. Just step it up. Do more videos, do more content, do more live streams, do more in general. Or, find income by other means as well. There's a lot of YouTubers that have full-time jobs. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that either.
Be an AI slop channel, boys. And so I'm willing to, go down like Captain Jack Sparrow as I sail into hopefully a safe harbor as the boat sinks. I've been doing this too long, 15 years almost. And I just don't want to be an AI slop creator. And so when it finally does end, when the ride finally does end, it's going to be okay. And
it's going to end, bro.
This data kind of confirms.
Man, the money might go up or down, but I don't think it's going to end. Just keep going. Plus, it's not just about the money, man. Like, I'm here to entertain my supporters, to rock with you guys. I live stream because it's like we're hanging out, and I have mad fun doing it. Right? So either or, it don't matter. I'm still going to be here. I've been demonetized before and still live streamed and did content every day. Is what it is. But I understand what he's saying. I get it.
You know, I used to get 5-10 million views a month on shorts, and it wasn't a lot of money, but it was enough to, like, you know, pay one of my video creators or something like that.
Oh, for shorts?
You know, and this, between massive demonetization, 21.5 million YouTube channels being deleted. It's a rough time to be a creator out there. And now we have data to back it up. Yikes.
It's not easy. But it's part of the game. It's what you got to deal with. Tell me what you guys think down in the comment section. Hit the like button. Share the video. Also, don't forget to hit that hype button if you're able to, as well as check me out on Twitch and Kick.